they like to party, they like to go out. This is the front page. Harry's drug shame. Prince admits, I smoked pot at Highgrove. Charles orders him to heroin rehab clinic. Charles was shocked by how often Harry used cannabis. This was a huge story at the time. You've got a young royal who's admitted to taking pot, and not something we would have heard about from royals in the past.
The News of the World reported Charles had arranged a visit for Harry to a drugs rehabilitation centre to learn the error of his ways. It quoted a family friend as the source.
Any royal involved in illegal activities is a great story. The only problem with this was spin. This had not happened as they said. What had happened was that Harry had gone to this drugs rehabilitation place 2 or 3 weeks beforehand on a visit. It was spun then to try and show people that, don't worry, Dad's taking care of it. He's taken them to a drugs rehabilitation unit to show them the evils of his ways.
It was a brilliant piece of spin and clever journalism by the News of the World. So they had the story, but the fact is they then did a deal with the palace and they then spun it to make Charles look as good as possible.
As Harry tells it, it was a total stitch-up. Yes, Harry's taken drugs, but he didn't do the rehab. The story was basically fictitious.
But Boland's spin worked, and within hours the broadcast media made it headline news.
Prince Harry admitted to regularly smoking cannabis and drinking alcohol.
Prince Harry admits smoking cannabis, says the Sunday Times. Prince Harry, and Prince Harry.
The whole of the News of the World's coverage, as far as I can make out, is based on an interview with what they call a family friend. Now, if this family friend was speaking with St James's Palace's approval, that would be utterly fascinating.
The trail to find the family friend.
Imagine there's a long contract and the Sussexes have got to do this show and that show to fulfil it. But this one is interesting. I think it's interesting. I mean, they haven't been box office, have they, for Netflix?
No.
But Prince Harry is apparently been offered a new contract for another documentary which will follow the story of Princess Diana's death.
Oh,
The
Lord.
documentary would mark the 30th anniversary of her passing. But I think at the root, and what do I know, but I think at the root of all of Harry's problems is the delayed shock, trauma of losing his mother. And I think if they do this and he sits down with a psychiatrist, it could be, and I'm not suggesting they will do that, it could be very, very revealing, because there was someone who was very, very popular with the British people and people around the world who seems to have dropped off the edge of a cliff now, and I think it's a great shame. I know he annoys people and sometimes he annoys me, but I think if you went through what that poor boy went through in 1997...
Well, William did.
Yeah.
William did, and William hasn't turned out like that.
But everyone was particularly shocked by the vision of Harry walking at the age he was.
But people are different, Stephen, aren't they? What may how trauma may affect you might affect me in a different way.
Yeah, I know, but if he has got... Well, I'm sure he has. I'm sure you're right. I'm sure he is traumatised by it all. However, sitting down with a psychiatrist or anything else in front of a TV camera is not the way to handle it.
Side of it, yeah.
No, but it might help soothing. I think maybe what he wants to do is get his story, his side of it across. And if he did it in a positive way rather than criticising members of his family, he might at least win some love back.
But it's damaging even by the very nature that he can do that and Prince William can't.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How is Prince William going to feel about this? His brother, and they clearly don't get on and they've fallen out over a lot of things, his brother is going to sort of justify his Netflix
but it can't be any worse than what he said
exploiting the memory of his mother.
But it can't be any worse than what he said in the book Spare, can it?
Well, I hope not.
No, I think he just needs to shut up, frankly.
So I imagine a sigh of relief from Harry and Meghan and all of their cohorts this morning, all of their acolytes, that we don't have to know the truth. But a lot of people left very frustrated by this.
Well, I think that the lobby that really wanted this, the Heritage Foundation in Washington, is a very powerful right-wing conservative lobby. But there are a lot of these kind of lobbies or institutions, I don't know what you like to call them, in the States. And they are very powerful, but this time they were ruled over by the judge. And I actually, although I am not a huge fan of Meghan Markle, I do feel that in this case, Harry has a right to privacy because whatever he said in his visa form, which was redacted, they were very, very clear to make it obvious that he did not lie on his visa application. And that is what matters. The rest is personal. And I think I would absolutely hate anything like that of mine to be released to the public, as if I thought the public were going to come after me and harass me. And they've clearly felt that his life would not be safe if people came after him, knowing whatever is in that application form. It might be his whereabouts, it might be some, I don't know what it is, and hopefully we'll never know, because I do feel that is private.
Ingrid, I was very struck that you called her Meghan Markle, so you're not calling her Meghan Sussex, as she now prefers to style herself.
No, she's Meghan. She's actually the Duchess of Sussex. Mm-hmm. She's not really Meghan Sussex, but she's the Duchess of Sussex. And I just feel that if you're blessed with having a title, they wanted that title, you must use it properly, because Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, as you know, means that she's divorced. So if you have a title, please use it properly.
You're pointing out the scene from the Netflix documentary, for anybody who didn't see it, her lifestyle show, where one of her friends says, "Who thought Meghan Markle eats something?" And she said, "That's not my name. My name is Meghan Sussex." Do you think maybe she doesn't understand that's not her name? It's almost like no one's explained it to her.
Well, I think that she has had it explained to her, but I don't think she listens. I feel that she only listens to things that she wants to hear. And she is, I suppose, she is Meghan Sussex, but it's a very unusual way of referring to yourself. She is the Duchess of Sussex.
Yeah.
And thank goodness she's not Princess Harry.
And just play the game and go along with the program.
You could do that. Mm-hmm. You could do that, and if that's what suits you, that's what suits you. But I'm afraid for Diana and I, we learn. We're like rivers. We want to learn more. We want to go around the next corner. We're hungry for life. We're very curious. Well, I speak for myself here, not for her, because she's not here.
To do this, to have this life, means you ultimately lose yourself, whatever yourself is. Yeah. That you can play the game, and it is the biggest game there is it not?
Yes.
That's basically what it is.
You got out there.
You have to play by the rules.
Play by the rules. I must explain that the British press at the moment is completely and utterly cruel and abusive.
Megan, can we get that over the shoulder, please? Megan! I need a front.
Yeah, here we go. Last one's right here, please.
And big smile.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. July 13th.
Oh, man. Get over the shoulder. Hey, Megan.
Turn your back on the chat, sorry.
I know. Okay, Rob, turn her over to us. I've never missed a... Straight ahead, Megan. Megan, right here. Straight ahead, please. And right next to her. Megan, to your right. One more time here, please. Straight ahead. All the way to your right. Megan, can I get you straight ahead, please? Thanks.
Morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. The magical Meghan Sussex effect continues. Not content with her massive business deal and her massive business relationship with Netflix for the distribution of homeware, she's now going on to publicise and market the clothing that she wears. And we all know whatever Meghan wears and wherever she wears it, it's an instant sellout on the internet. So this showcase of her personalised favourite items is just yet another winning business deal for Meghan. This woman is literally unstoppable. I think she's had this written down old-fashioned style for about the last 5 years. She's had an orchestrated plan of what she's going to do and when to build her brand and her income for her family up in chunks. And it's just great to see. The British non-working royal family must be absolutely gutted that they didn't keep Meghan around. They wanted to bully her and demean her and get her out of the family. And look at what she's done since then. Amazing turnaround. Well done, Meghan. Hope the business empire continues to grow. If you're watching this, comments are open. As ever, would love your opinion. Well, I've never been in a situation where old news is also new news, but the world is a crazy place at the moment, and it's the 24th of March, and it would appear that Kate's cancer is in remission again. And ultimately, it's absolutely confusing for everyone, which is absolutely what Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace want. The Daily Mail exclusive, the recap on Kate's cancer treatment that came out 3 days ago, was full of opaqueness and misdirection. It literally was more confusing with the dates, the terminology, the situations it described, than all the previously misleading press that came out at the time. Ask yourself why. Why do Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, that control the narrative around Kate and William, yeah? They control what the world sees, what the world hears, what the world reads, and what the world believes. Why can they not be straight? Why do we need this level of misdirection and opaqueness? It just doesn't make sense, does it? If it was a straightforward family illness, you could be straight. Why the lack of straightness? Comments are open as ever. Have a brilliant Monday. Stay safe in this crazy world. Let me know what you think. Morning, friends. Happy Monday. Hope you're in a good mood like me, and I hope you've had a family, wholesome and joyful weekend like Meghan has. Meghan's Instagram stories continue to delight because they are interesting and they are real. Scenes with her family and her friends, the real Meghan behind the camera. But we're going to go off on a bit of a segue this Monday morning, if you don't mind, because watching this and the insight into Meghan's life really made me think about what Kate needs to do. Because we don't see any of Kate's real life, right? Kate is a puppet in the pantomime of a royal family that was originally designed to uphold the values and the structure of British society. It's not relevant anymore. We don't need the non-working royal family. But Kate is still in that mould. And it made me wonder, does Kate actually have any real friends? Do scenes like this happen behind the scenes for Kate? I don't actually think so. I think she's been ostracised from her family and her friends by the regime, but that's my opinion. You may disagree. Comments are open as ever, and you're welcome to put your opinion. What can Kate do to become more relevant? Meghan is absolutely relevant in everything she does. She's relevant, she's understandable, she has a lifestyle that's attainable. Okay, she has slightly more money than the rest of us, unless you're very well off, but that lifestyle is still attainable if you work hard. We just don't have the same emotions about Kate, do we? There's not that level of relevance there for Kate. Anyway, more stories coming up. Have a brilliant start to the week. As I said earlier, comments are open. Let me know what you think. Morning, friends. Happy Sunday. And it's not the first time we've seen this headline or headlines similar to this, right? Kate has to treat William like a fourth child due to William's temper tantrums. This story has been circulating for a number of years in different guises with slightly different wording in different elements of the digital media. And remember, guys, the media always know more than we do. They might not be able to print it all for fear of legal and financial repercussions, but those journalists know what's really going on. What are they hinting at? Is there any credibility behind this story? I would 100% suggest there is. And the tantrums described in the media are actually much more severe, if you know what I'm saying, than the media portray. William wants this story to go away. It's not going to go away. There's more to it. The truth will come out at some point. We've all had our theories about Kate's illness. We all think there's more behind it. We think there's more behind it because the royal family exist by deception and misleading the media. I think the media are going to come out and sing like canaries. As ever, comments are open, guys. Have a brilliant Sunday. Let me know what you think.
Let's talk about this video of Prince William, which is making the rounds. You might remember this headline from back in May. The story was all about Prince William being protective and erupting at a photographer who was allegedly sneaking photos of the Cambridge children. And it seems that the video from that altercation, or one very similar to it, was posted on YouTube just this weekend. This video is from January 2021, according to the person who posted it. Let's watch.
You want to have this altercation, you can have this altercation. I know, I just realised who it was, and I've just stopped. You were looking for us. I was actually... You drove past us outside our house, I saw you. No, I didn't, I haven't been near the house.
In the background of that video, I'm pretty sure you can hear Kate saying that she saw this photographer driving by their house earlier in the day, which he disagrees with. I would also assume that the children are off camera as well, although you do not see them in the video. The photographer goes on to say that he wasn't taking pictures. Just watch.
I'm not going to wait. Yes, you are. How dare you behave like you've done my children? How dare you? I have not done anything. You're stalking around here looking for us and our children. I went for a quiet bike ride with my children on Saturday. That's fine. And you won't even give me your name. You're outrageous. You're disgusting. You really are. How dare you behave like that?
It's a lot. Now, interestingly, even the articles from back in May say that a photographer was seen, he didn't have his camera out, but Prince William went steaming over and really ripped him off. He then gets on the phone to, I assume, the police or his security detail and tells them that he's had an altercation with a photographer.
Yeah, I need you here, Murph. I've had an altercation with a photographer. He's filming me as I'm right next to him now. I'm coming down the, thank you for ruining our day. I moved out of the way so you could get past. You didn't move out. I did. As soon as I saw you, didn't. I moved exactly what you were doing. I moved into the tower. What you're doing. What you guys had learned by now.
I'm not here to say whether Prince William's actions were right or wrong, whether what he was doing was protectiveness or not, but this is part of a larger storyline being built where Prince William is being hyped up as a protective father, husband, future king. And I will also say he has every right to be upset when photographers do intrude on family moments like this. I have absolutely no idea whether we can believe this photographer saying he wasn't taking pictures, he wasn't there on purpose, because yeah, paparazzi lie. Sometimes, allegedly. But I can't help but thinking, and remember, this is what informs all of my opinions on the royals, what if this were Prince Harry? What if Harry were yelling at a man on a road for interrupting time with Archie and Lily? Would we be calling it protective, or would we be calling it rage and needs therapy? I don't know, just another piece to this that I think needs to be chewed on. Be sure to let me know what you think.
You saying it's all too perfect with Meghan and Harry. The one thing, like, I'm going to give them, we can't have it both ways. So someone like Meghan Markle enters the royal family. You're going to dress a little differently. You're going to act a little differently. The muted tones will surface, okay? Wonderful. They live in a beautiful home in Santa Barbara. He's a prince. Was a duchess. So she's got a glossy, perfect show of her house. What is she supposed to do? Be like me and have seaweed in her teeth? Like, she's fucking in Santa Barbara in a 13 million. It's okay for it to be perfect.
Frustration comes in. It's just like, please let me advise you.
Bethany, I'm going to stop you right there, and I'm going to give you a little bit to turn your brain on and think about this collectively. First of all, Meghan Markle does not need advisement from you. Meghan is literally every little girl's dream on how they want to grow up. She married a prince, she's rich, and she is beautiful. And she has every opportunity going in her direction right now. From her new lifestyle brand, to her Netflix collaborations, to her new podcast. And you think she needs advisement from you? At your big age, sitting up on TikTok, giving fan behavior. Maybe take this moment and advise yourself. And since you love advisement so much, here's some advice for you. Maybe lay off the Botox. It seems like it's getting to your head. Maybe realize, like I said, that you're the one on TikTok. Meghan's the one at Netflix headquarters. There's no comparison, and once again, she needs no advisement from you. She's doing just fine.
It's racism. It's racism. Meghan Sussex, Princess Meghan Sussex, is hated by so many white people because they don't think that black women should be princesses. They don't think that we deserve to be princesses. That's why they made Tiana a frog in the entire movie. She was a frog for the entire movie. They don't believe that black women should be princesses or queens or any type of royalty, which is very funny. But yeah, it's just racism. That's why people still keep calling her Meghan Markle. Her name is Meghan Sussex. She's married and she changed her name. And yeah, she's a princess. And she's never gonna stop being a princess. So get into it and check your racism.
Meghan Markle has a new show on Netflix, and of course people are dragging her, reading her to filth in the comment section. They hate this queen, saying she's pretentious, she's out of touch, she's so unrelatable. That's not how America lives, Meghan Markle, or excuse me, Meghan Sussex. This woman has always had a target on her back. Since the moment she met Harry and went public with a relationship, they've never liked her. She's a strong, black, educated, outspoken woman from the United States, from the West Coast, coming into Buckingham Palace, spicing things up. Absolutely not. They didn't love her for it. I watched her show, and I know people are saying that she's very reserved, she doesn't have a fun personality, she's very try-hard, she seems super cringe, she's awkward, but I'd be fucking awkward too if every move I made was scrutinized by the public. This woman can't even sneeze without people shaming her for it, and so I would be on guard too. I'd be uncomfortable being myself and being so open too. You're not going to get Keke Palmer energy from this woman. She's just trying to make a frittata. It's not that deep. Get off her nuts. I don't have that Meghan and Harry type money. I'm not in that tax bracket. I'm not having tea with my beekeeper in my Montecito palatial estate, but I do appreciate elevating things around me, making things beautiful, and you can do it without a lot of money. Design on a dime. So Mexican Martha Stewart over here, I appreciate what Meghan Markle is doing because she's just making things beautiful. She's taking you into her home and showing you how to elevate things. I like a charcuterie board, a crudité platter, a beautiful floral arrangement, a centerpiece. I appreciate those things. And so I'm watching the show. I think as the season progresses and she gets to season 2, more of her personality will come out. She'll get more comfortable on camera, but I'm in it to win it. I'm here watching her. And if you're not into that sort of thing and you don't want to make things beautiful and Nancy Meyers is just not your vibe, then don't watch the show, babe.
Meghan Markle breaks her silence with a 2-word response after Jimmy Fallon poked fun at her. On The Tonight Show that aired this week with Jimmy Fallon, he was asked during the trivia section, what's the one question that mystifies scientists today? After taking a moment to think about it, Jimmy Fallon responds with, is there life on another planet? To which Higgins says, oh no. The question scientists all want to know is, why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? Which Jimmy Fallon laughs and says, that is interesting. It's like she's just taking it from one bag and putting it in another, and it's confusing people. Referring to the Duchess of Sussex's recent Netflix show that just aired showing her cooking with friends and famous celebrities, in this one particular episode, she takes out her self-proclaimed favorite snack, which is the peanut butter stuffed pretzels. She takes it from the original packaging and then puts it in her own packaging and makes personalized tags for the people she is going to give these to. If you're like the millions of us who watched Meghan's Netflix series, then you know that this entire mini-series was basically about intentional acts, no matter how small, to make your guests, family, friends feel special. Just like with the grace that she showed during that Netflix show, her post after this Jimmy Fallon show aired shows that she's just as unbothered as she's ever been, with her 2-word response saying, bite-sized pieces, as she continued to post lifestyle videos and pictures similar to her Netflix show. Don't worry, haters, you have not slowed Meghan down. She is also signed up for season 2 with Netflix, and you can see her 2-word Instagram response on her As Ever official Instagram page.
Meghan Markle has the best resting bitch face, and she does not get enough credit for it. I swear to God, I think her life motto is, never let them see you sweat. So while others look pressed, she looks nonplussed, unbothered, and sanguine. I was talking to a friend of mine who lived in London, and she was trying to think of strategies to look more approachable in public. And I said, well, why don't you just try to look like Meghan Markle? Try to look like the Duchess of Sussex. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, look at her resting bitch face. It's absolutely perfect. And I know this is because I worked on my RBF, so I know this good. and bad RBF. Now, what's funny is that my friend lives in London, and she admitted after looking at Meghan's pictures that Meghan does have great RBF, but she was like, I can't have that expression in London. They're going to call it a smirk and call me uppity. Now, my friend is a black woman, and I was like, that sounds familiar. Not everyone is good at it. Like Carrie, I think he tried hair. I think she tried to help him, but no. And I think Kate was probably trying hair. Or I think this is her thinking face. But Meghan is just very good at it, even when she's really sad. Like here, I see the sadness in her eyes. But she still kept that expression. It is a skill. And I'm so glad that she does not let Saltine Island residents make her look pressed.
Let us talk about why this is such a big deal. Yes, I will get into how Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, has a Shop My page as an influencer, basically. But let's talk about Shop My specifically, because this is the part that is making me go, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, if you're into fashion tech, if you're into like investing, if you're into just like the content creator / influencer economy, this is huge that she decided to use Shop My. Because yes, Shop My is kind of for everybody. And if you want a referral code, girl, I got you, just hit me up. But like, even I have a Shop My. But the reason it's so big is because this is not like to know it. So kind of the inception of influencers as we know it today, kind of into the mid 2010s, like early 2010s, mid 2010s, everyone was using Like to Know. That is the place where you would go to basically find anything that your favorite influencer was wearing, enjoyed, or let's be frank, shilling. And they had no competition up until Shop My. Like, you do not understand how much nobody touched it. Yeah, there was different affiliate links, but if you were an influencer and you were like lifestyle, fashion content girly, you were going to Like to Know it. And when Shop My came into the picture, and if I remember correctly, they actually did a call with me. I'm pretty sure. And so like, this was the very early days of Shop My, and I was not the best at like kind of pushing it, if I'm gonna be honest, because I was still trying to figure out how to use it and whatnot. But this was for everyone to have the ability to kind of link things, which I will also tag Mary Grace, I believe. She has Locker, which is the only other thing that is comparable on all of the platforms to it, like LTK, Shop My, and Locker. This is one of the biggest cosigns you can get. Do you know how many other people are going to be using Shop My now because of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex? Like, y'all don't get it, because some of y'all still hating from outside the club. She puts her name on anything, it's sold out. La Creuset, yeah, sold out. And we can talk about the Sheila Bridges Wedgwood collection that is coming to me in the mail, whether I have to buy it or not. Yeah, we could talk about it, but we gotta talk about, again, how big this is for the influencer economy.
This is so true. How many times have they ever mentioned Kate's race in any of the stories they printed? Never. So it is about race. I said this exact same thing to my husband this morning, because what's not included in the video, she also talked about Meghan Sussex's mother. She said Miss Markle's mother is a dreadlocked African-American lady from the wrong side of the tracks who lives in LA. Are you serious? What does her being African American and having dreadlocks have anything to do with the issue at hand? Nothing. But you included that in wrong side of the tracks to make a point of, oh yes, these are the type of people who are on the other side. They're not on this side. When have we ever talked about, as you were saying, you know, oh yeah, Kate's blonde, straight hair, white mother. Like, people would be like, that's odd. Why, you know, or that just sounds weird. So yes, this is definitely about race, and people can deny it. I'm not saying all people who dislike Meghan Sussex are racist. That's not what I'm saying at all. Are there people who, yeah, and did the media make it about her race immediately? Definitely. So, yes. Hi, sweetie. Okay, that's it.
Hello, good people. I'm off of work and there's so much to comment on, but one of the things that tripped me out in regards to the whole Elon Musk and the Tesla stock tanking, it's amazing to me, but it's really America in a nutshell. And what do I mean by that? Elon Musk is so racist, he is willing to lose everything for his racism. Elon Musk chose the side of racism. He chose the side of the people who have no interest in buying electric vehicles, all for racism. I mean, think about it. Republicans, the GOP, maggot, whatever you want to call maggots, whatever you want to call them, these are the people who are pretty much against electric vehicles. They're going to force us to buy new vehicles, electric vehicles, and they're so expensive, and I don't want to be forced to buy it. You know, and climate change isn't real, even though Democrats are believing climate change and say, hey, you know, we want less CO2 emissions and we want to protect the world and protect the planet, and, you know, less carbon emissions is better for the planet. We buy electric vehicles, give rebates. Hey, let's do this. Your business is electric vehicles, and you chose the side of the people who won't buy electric vehicles because you're so racist. You would rather tank your company than side with the people who would buy your vehicles. And the people who would buy your vehicles despise your racism and are now boycotting your vehicles and, yeah, and saying, hey, we won't buy them. Or some people are even selling their Tesla. Some people are rebranding them, saying it's not a Tesla. You know, we know a Tesla when we see one. But this is how racist you are. And this is America in a nutshell. Ever since Barack Obama was elected, people lost their mind because, oh my God, we got a black president. Oh my God, throw the whole damn country away. I don't care if we get a dictator. That's what we need. I don't care about the Constitution anymore. I would rather tank my rights. I would rather get rid of my veterans benefits. I would rather get rid of my food stamps. I would rather get rid of Social Security, all in the name of racism. It is stunning. It is stunning, but it's America in a nutshell. This is how racist these people are. It's like, to hell with my rights, to hell with my well-being, to hell with my medical care, to hell with eating, to hell with everything, if it means black people have any kind of equal power, value, decision-making, or standing in the society. Y'all know y'all messed up. Y'all messed up. It is what it is. But Elon Musk is finding out that, like a lot of you are finding out, racism is expensive, honey. Racism is expensive.
You know, there's so much going on in Target.
Sorry, excuse me. No, excuse me, sorry.
My wife said, what did my son say? You know,
They're motivated.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth accidentally shared top-secret war plans with a journalist hours before a U.S. strike in Yemen. The journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg at The Atlantic, couldn't believe it either until U.S. bombs fell on Houthi rebels in Yemen on March 15th, exactly as he had been told. For this alone, Pete Hegseth should resign as defense secretary. It's bad enough that the former Fox News host with a drinking problem and no experience was even nominated for the job, but this is inexcusable. And what makes it worse is that Donald Trump spent most of his 2016 campaign attacking Hillary Clinton for using a private email server as Secretary of State. This is far worse than a private server. The Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, the Vice President, J.D. Vance, the Defense Secretary, and the National Security Advisor were all communicating top secret war plans by text message on the Signal app. After spending 2 months purging almost all the black people and attacking us as DEI hires who caused plane crashes, Trump is left with the whitest and most incompetent presidential administration in modern American political history. A State Department official proudly boasted that white men must be in charge of everything. Well, how's that working out for you? They've mishandled inflation.
Woo! We got another cat fight. This one's between Jasmine Crockett and Pam Bondi. I'll go with Jasmine. Pro clutch.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Let's talk about it. So DEI is the problem. Mental acuity and incompetence. If Joe Biden, Kamala D. Harris, and Barack Hussein Obama had did what Pete Hegseth has done and then tried to lie about it and then try to make excuses. And the crazy part is, sir, this gentleman has the documentation. And because he is a journalist of integrity, he did not release said documentation. He did let CNN see what was you guys put out there so that they could vet it as being true. And it is real. So I don't want to hear anything else ever again about Hillary's emails. I don't want to hear ever again about Benghazi. I don't want to hear ever again about Sleepy Joe. Because the way this drunk individual has been allowed to decimate and desecrate the office that he is in charge of, our United States military, yeah. So it's DEI is the problem. No, DUI is the issue when you let a drunk loose and have the reins. Have a good one.
Yo, real quick. Now let me get on some political shit. Them old Trumpies. Boy, I told y'all. They out there complaining now. They complaining about Elon. I thought y'all wasn't mad at Trumpy. It wasn't making it go real bad. Hell, it look like the DEI people in charge now. That's what it look like in charge. Man, hey, them folks ain't qualified to do shit but fuck up. And then they get their dumb ass on TV and get to talking. And it's you dummies out there who be left to defend that shit. Cause boy, y'all look real bad out there right now. So if the Civil War getting ready to come, y'all know it coming. Y'all know that's who really fight each other, white folk. The Civil War coming. The Trumpies, the MAGA folk, them Trumpies. Against Elon folk. Boy, this should be. Hey, and you Negro Trumpies out there, and the rest of you Negroes out there, stay out the way this time. Stop trying to defend for your plantation. That Democratic side too, all of y'all. This shit ain't got nothing to do with y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So stay out the way. Let these folks do their shit to themselves. Because that's what they usually do. So, here comes the Civil War. as you white folks against white folks, and stay out the way. Because this shit is funny, y'all. Welcome to the trap house. Because this shit about to get thick out here in these streets.
I represent one of the highest proportion of veterans in active duty military in the country, and I find it deeply offensive that my colleagues would not support a simple amendment that would protect our veterans. And to sit here and claim today that what the administration is doing has not impacted veterans is completely a lie. Because I can tell you that 3 weeks ago, veterans who work for the VA showed up on Monday after Elon Musk, not even the VA, issued a mass firing of probationary staff on a Friday afternoon, and people showed up to their jobs at veterans, hospitals, and administration offices across the country and couldn't even get into their emails because they were locked out. But inside of those emails were actual statements saying that they had underperformed and they were being fired basically without cause. Now, already the federal court system has found that those firings were illegal. So you can't sit here today and pretend like the actions of the administration have not impacted our veterans and the VA system, because that is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. Secondly, last week, before we went home, the Republicans passed a CR that underfunded the PACT Act. We passed the PACT Act a couple of years ago to expand health care to the VA system to 3 million veterans who are impacted by burn pits, Agent Orange, and other toxins over the course of their service. This was the largest expansion of VA benefits since World War II, and you underfunded it in your own continuing resolution. And I'm sorry, if you were actually holding town halls and actually listening to your constituents, you would know that our veterans across the country are pissed as hell. You are not representing the interests of our veterans. Third, under the auspices of your DEI order, thousands of veterans who have proudly served this country had their history erased from DOD websites. Last week, New Mexico's Navajo code talkers who helped us win World War II were erased from the DOD website. Tuskegee Airmen, thousands of instances of people of color, women, LGBT service members who proudly gave their lives and served this country were erased from the DOD website. And finally, you want to talk about impacts to veterans? You know what we should be actually doing oversight over today? How about the fact that the DOD secretary leaked a Yemeni war plan yesterday to a non-classified journalist on an unsecured text chain? Let's do real oversight here. You want to talk about risks to our veterans? These are the same people that accidentally fired nuclear scientists and engineers who literally maintain our stockpile. These are the same people who leaked classified documents to a journalist. And this is the same DOD who on Friday almost gave our classified war plans for China to Elon Musk. So don't sit here and pretend like you're actually protecting our veterans and you're not even doing your most basic oversight.
When you tell us, go back, please remember where you came from. And when you want to relegate somebody to a specific place, just remember what your origin is in this world. Please, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I want you to understand that you, wherever you are on the earth, you are not a native anywhere. You came there and took it from the native people who are there. So please don't talk about going back, because if others talk to you about that, where would you go?
Yes.
Hi, South Africa. I'm calling regarding Elon Musk. What is your return policy?
Hello, my people. Lady Rose here. How y'all doing? To all my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. Guys, this is the second time I'm watching this lady, Ingrid, talking about how worse it would be if Princess Meghan was called Princess Harry. I don't know why that hurts her so much, you know, but I do understand why. It's jealousy. Princess Meghan just came there into that family a few years ago and got herself all the titles and gave birth to prince and princess. And that Ingrid was there all this while. I tell you, the people from her own generation never even looked at her. Yeah, the people from her own generation, people like Charles, people like the Peter Prince, they never even paid attention to her. She's so miserable. And right now here, her face, damn, she just looks like some laundry that came from a washer without even being dried. See how her face looks? Damn, that face needs to be ironed. That girl got issues. She just can't take it. And she's forgetting something. We have been watching these royals for a minute. When I was little, around Europe, Prince Harry was Prince Harry Wells. And you know why he was Prince Harry Wells? Because his father was the Prince of Wales. That's why they had that last name of Wales. Yes. And when people call Sophie Wessex, when people call Sophie the Edinburgh girl, Edinburgh, yes, that bitch. So if people call her Sophie Wessex, it's good. But if they call Princess Meghan, Meghan Sussex, there's a problem. I'm just exhausted explaining all the double standard around here. But the world is watching. It won't even do anything. And one thing I'm going to suggest, Meghan, you need to drop that Sussex out of your last name. Use Princess Harry. Use that one. So you could give people like this one here, so you could send her to her grave as quick as possible. This Ingrid. You know, these people, they've been hating on behalf of Charles. They've been doing all the bad stuff on behalf of Kyle Miller. They've been doing everything on behalf of that bitch. But guess what? They haven't gotten any titles from that. Some of them kind of just rode the hate train like a bacon. They are riding around that hate train to look for titles. Guess what? It ain't happening. They are not getting titles. And why the hell would you even compare yourselves to some family that started conquering the world since the beginning of time and created the constitution in your country, and your asses be rolling off of their constitution? They tell y'all guys how to live your lives. Right now here, they forced you on food banks. They forced you to take minimum wage salary. That's why you're bitter. That's why you're bitter the way you are. Because guess what? If I lived on minimum wage, brother, I tell you, I wouldn't be the happiest person on this planet out here. I'd be like Ingrid. My face be looking like a laundry that came out of washer without being dried. You know? Yeah, my face be looking the same, I tell you that. So y'all need to understand these people, why they have so much hate towards Meghan. Because Meghan's face is very well ironed, sweet looking. looking smooth and moisturized. And she got melanin on top of it for free from Mama Dory. Yeah, that came from my Yoruba ancestors from Africa. So, so y'all guys is jealous. You can't even measure up to her. Her intellect, her ways of doing everything, her grace, her intelligence, eloquence. She is just brilliant. Nobody in your family can measure up to her. None. That's why y'all are the way you are. You sat down there hating on her for years. But girl, look at y'all. Look at y'all faces. Looking like dump laundry. Freshly from washer. Y'all so miserable. Y'all so miserable, I tell you that. Meanwhile, America is right here. Before everything, we are Americans. And we support our American people first before we're going to come across the pond to support anything of yours. And this, this girl of yours, this girl of yours, Middlebum. So y'all say that she deserves privacy, right? She deserves privacy. And so does Meghan. And so does Meghan family deserve privacy. Yep. What was this article about that they came out swinging about her deserving privacy? Was somebody trying to follow her? Guys, if y'all knew how boring it is to even read anything about that Mambos, I just don't like to say lots of stuff about her. Only time I want to say anything about her is when y'all guys are dragging her about something. I want to join you guys in dragging her because I do not like her ugly face. I do not like her terrible shape. That physique of hers, I do not like it. Females should be some kind of feminine and walk like feminine and smell like feminine and be clean like feminine. But this one here is dirty. Her husband left her. He is hanging out with other aristocrats. He is hanging out with Ross Hanbury. I wonder if he's really even hanging out with those Hanbury people. Because what I'm telling you in my brain, I had a dream. That dude does not really hang around those ladies y'all guys be saying around about him. That guy really hangs around men. You know, one day something is gonna come out. One day somebody's gonna come out here to confess. Ask Jason Nuff why he never liked Middlebum. Ask Jason Nuff. Ask him what was Bulliam doing to him. And the other guy who was one of his bodyguard, who used to look at him with love. Well, you know those eyes when you're in love with somebody, how you look at them. That guy resigned. I don't know if he resigned or he just left the thing because he was just so mad about something that was happening. He was probably urging this guy to divorce Mambos, and it was taking too long and he did not want to come out of the closet. This guy pulls pork sandwiches out here. I'm just saying that guy ain't no straight. That guy don't be sleeping with no aristocrat females that Willie Leaks. He be hanging around men. Did y'all see the picture that I posted a few minutes ago about that dude? He went to watch a football match, and did y'all see how he held some guy's face like he wanted to kiss those lips so bad? I'm telling you some stuff y'all need to stop paying attention. French people say les diables se trouvent dans les détails. So look at the details. The devil is in details. Look at that guy's face. Look at how he was looking at that dude's face and what he was looking at that guy's lips and what he almost said about that dude. Like how he wanted to kiss him, but he was just so ashamed that there was camera out there. That dude don't be sleeping no aristocrat bitches. He be sleeping with men. He don't really like men, females. The only female that he wish he had was Megan. Did y'all see during that wedding picture, the wedding video? Did y'all pay attention how he was looking at Megan? If he had a woman like Megan, a woman who can talk, a woman who can act, a woman who can cook, a woman who's clean, smells good, looks good, got melanin in her, fluent in other languages, just a gracious female. If he had the chance to get such a woman, I'm telling you, he wouldn't be pulling those pork sandwiches. He wouldn't. Yeah, he be out here and he be a straight boy. So the reason why he ain't on a straight, I just told y'all. Don't ask me why I'm saying that. I was born. I wasn't born yesterday. I've been around, and I know people like him. I know people like him, I tell you. In my profession, I've seen a few of them. That guy ain't on no straight. All those just enough was in his bed. That is bodyguard who left. That cute looking boy was in his bed. All those men were in his bed. And I bet you some of them courtiers were there too. And by right now, all of them courtiers kind of got prostate. They got prostate enlargement. Because the corpus spongiosum and the cavernosum all got twisted. The cavernosa. That dude is actually gay. He ain't no out of closet yet. Does he act like a real man to you? It's not that I'm telling y'all guys gay men ain't no man. Gay men are man enough, but this one here, he's not man enough because he's not just willing to come out, to come clean and tell y'all guys what he really is. He be acting like a sissy boy out of some sissy boy. I can't stand that boy. I can't stand nobody around that place there, around that salty island. So y'all, maybe we should adopt this title, Princess Harry Windsor. And well, y'all were telling that guy there, Charlie Boy, to take the success title off of these people. Why was he waiting too long? Even if it takes it, we have a title for Megan. Princess Harry Windsor. Mount Button Windsor. Bring it on. And she is married to that family. What are you, Ingrid, doing? She has a prince and princess. She gave birth to them. What are your kids? They got titles too, bitch. Girl, I hate you. I'm gonna leave y'all guys right here. Go please subscribe to all the Saxon friendly channels. Go and subscribe to my sister Isabella Bax channel, and also go to my brother Baron's channel. Go hit that subscribe button there. Let's get the brother that silver plate, and let's get my sister Isabella Bax to 10,000 subscribers. And let's go to all the Saxon friendly channels who do not have 10,000 subscribers on their channels, and share their videos so we could get people on there. And let's get some views on my channel. Y'all doing good already, so share these videos. So make sure you drop a comment down below here and tell me that you shared this video of mine here, where I'm dragging that Ingrid nonsense. She been hating on Megan all this while, but till today she hasn't got no title. That is so sad. And to those people, if you have those royal titles, you are better than everybody. But guess what? It's low self-esteem. When you were born from your cousins, your mother's cousin, your father's cousin, and all those gave birth to you, guess what? You are gonna have low self-esteem. Because I tell you, the chromosome, when the chromosomes are messed up, twisted, and all upside down, and when those mitochondria, everything comes like from the nucleus, comes from the same family identity, I'm telling you, you're gonna have issues. That's why these people have the issues they have. That's why they have low self-esteem, all single one of them. Look at them faces. Look at all of them. And look at how they talk. This one here, I don't know if y'all guys call him Neil or Nile. I call him Neil, actually. Some people call him Nile. That guy who looks like a failed drag queen. He needs to hang around the beautiful drag queens that we have in America here. They're going to teach him how to be the real drag queen with talent. That guy just cannot seem to leave Prince Harry alone, huh? But, brother, I'm going to come back on you. I'll talk to y'all guys again later. Bye for now.